We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. But tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos.
Harrison Husker to kick off for Kansas City.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. This defense for the Chiefs, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And his kick here is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let it pop it through the posts.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. But you look at this Bronco defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Smith trying to run for it. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 9 yards is the loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. To the right side, it's Kelce. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
19 tight. Cowboy 80. Warrior 70. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Ready, go!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have regained the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum going. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
These two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Broncos getting the road victory. So they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. Second and 10.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. He'll air this one out from Mims. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Here's Smith to return it.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
37-yard line.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Pacheco once again.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Mahomes going to throw. This will be caught. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. 57 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
A gain of 12. First down, Kansas City.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 41, here's second down and 7.
Now Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yellow. GOI.
The tight end in motion right.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. This is Pacheco.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And Xavier Worthy, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead, should they so choose.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
That's taken in by Franklin. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They're going to look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Back to throw again. He'll get that complete to Franklin. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now here's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll set up to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
Old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And Mahomes will do it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 39. Pretty good running there. 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. A gain of 7. 1st down, Chiefs.
Inside handoff, Smith. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
That
get trapped because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Rice. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35.
First and 10 at the 35.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll look to throw now on first down. A short throw to Ingram. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with a football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're so long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball secure. Don't turn it over.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Mahomes going to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. But look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Looking to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Ready? Hogan, 18, right there. Take go.
2nd and 6.
Time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
65, yeah, 65. Let's go. Half for 11. 65, 60.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here we go. Here we go. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Dragon, 60. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Christian Fulton.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Smith up the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Fall down these two. Fall down these two. Let's go, blue ladies.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's a give to Smith.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 29-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into the hands of Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Able to find Mims.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47.
Back to throw again. That's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
And they'll go ahead and spike it here as that stops the clock with just under a minute to go now. Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Christian Fulton.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield. Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever. Who calls a first down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a first down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But they did gain yards.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles.
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimal.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Chiefs,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo